Hey guys, this is how to make a winning Pinewood Derby car, okay? First thing you do is you take the Pinewood Derby car, the block, and just draw a line diagonally to make a wedge. This is the back wheel and this is the front wheel. So we're going to put it in the vise and cut it. With the Sawzall. Hope you guys love power tools. Makes life easier. And we're going to sand it. Still one, right? So our wedge is a little hacked up. That's okay. We'll just sand it and make it nice. Important. Did you stop it? Very important with the sander. If it grabs your piece, let it go. Just let it go. Do not push down where you can slip and get hurt. Just hold the piece firm and let the tool do the work.
What kind of sandpaper is that?
This is just 150 sandpaper. The machine can only get so detailed, so if you really want to get fine, you have to do it by hand. The final sanding. Need real sandpaper. Very important tool. You need an ounce scale. You can pick this up. I think I got it at, I don't know, one of those stores on 17. Bed Bath & Beyond. So you weigh the body. Make sure you put the wheels on and the axles. And we are at 2.3 ounces. Max is 5. Get as close to 5 as you can. And you can use these official Pinewood Derby weights. This is not cheating. You're allowed to go up to 5 ounces. So we'll put this one on. That's 3.2, 4.2, and 5.2. So this weight puts us over. What we need to do is notch a couple off. 4.7, so I can put a couple back on. Back in my place. So now it's exactly 5.0. That's where we want to be. So now we have to take these weights and put it into the car. The best way to do it is if you get your center of gravity you want the car to balance an inch in front of the rear axle. So here's the rear. It's got to be an inch in front, the center of gravity. So you just roll it. It's about an inch and a half, but so we want to put the weight back here, not towards the front. So we need to mark the drill bit the depth we want the weight to be, because I like to bury the weights inside the car so you don't see them. So you just mark it with a Sharpie. So that's the depth I want to drill to. So, 4.9 ounces. It's a little bit under, which is perfect because you don't want to be over. Being over is the worst. So we drilled 3 holes for our 3 weights. I blew out the top a little bit, but we have wood patch for that. Every year I blow out the top of the car. So all we do is put this back in the vise. Add some handy dandy wood glue. Don't put too much in the hole because liquid does not compress. So if you put too much in and push the weight in, it can blow out the car again. I like to goop up the weight. Goop it up. And goop it up. Little wood putty. Sometimes it dries out at the end. Every time. There it is. Put it in there and goop it in. No more hole. So after we drilled out the holes, it took away some of the weight from the wood, so we put a little bit more weight back on to get to as close to 5 ounces as we could. We filled this with wood putty, and I filled up the holes where the weights go so you don't see them. And you just sand the wood putty like it's wood. So now we're going to paint the car. I always put this on some kind of metal bracket. This is a joist hanger that I'm just going to mount the car on. 1 screw will do. Bottom of the car. It's easy to start the hole this way, maybe. Maybe not. So now we have something to hold the car while we paint. So this is my paint booth, garbage can. Just back and forth, nice easy hits, not a lot. If you put too much on, it's going to run. You do not want it to run. Nice and easy. Can't even hit the bottom. Just touch it. On these axles, the nails, you see these lines? You want to try and get these off because these create friction which slow down your wheels. So what I do, I take a square file and put it in the vise. And then I take the axle and put it in my drill. Take sandpaper and just sand that right off. Of course, my drill battery just died. Okay. So now, this is the most complicated part of doing the whole Pinewood car. Putting these axles into the car without destroying it. So one of the tricks, never sand this edge. Leave this edge flat so you have as much meat as you can to hold the nail. Another tool, you can get this at Ramsey Outdoor. It's basically an alignment tool to line up the axle, so when you hit it in, it'll align the axle well. Saves a lot of grief. So I'm going to put this whole thing right in the vise. By the way, I put pads on here for the car so the car won't get destroyed in the vise. You don't have to go crazy tight, just snug. Put your wheel on, axle in, and nail it home. And pray. You want to have a little room there, so it you don't want it too tight. Little play. One down. Another huge tip that will make this go a lot faster, and it's completely legit, is graphite. It's powdered graphite. It's non-liquid. The instructions say you can use graphite for a lubricant. It's a dry lubricant. So you can go a little bit crazy with it too. If you want, before you put the nail in, just put some graphite in the hole and put it all over. It makes a bit of a mess, but it'll make your car a winner.
Where can you find graphite?
Graphite, same place, Ramsey Outdoor, maybe Michael's, maybe the Cub Scout store. After it's mounted, you could put some more in there. Spin that thing, let it roll. So, our car is all mounted. Now we have to check the wheels. All wheels need to touch and roll. This wheel is not. This front wheel we need to adjust. So the way to adjust it is you flip it over. You want it to bring it down a little, so we'll push this part in a little bit. Just a little. Don't get crazy with it. Almost there. It's rolling better. So it's touching, it's not perfect, but there's no such thing as perfect. Now, so this is our car, it's ready to go, that's it. We're done in less than an hour. Just give it another blast of graphite on all the axles. Try to get the inside too. You can even roll the wheels while you do it. And that is it. This baby's ready to roll. So we'll see you on race day. This is our ghost car for 2016. Look for it. Check the time on it.